Hey, welcome back to Chasing Dreams Homestead. As you can tell, it is feed blending day. We did a video earlier on our chicken feed recipe, and now we're going to show you our hog feed recipe. We developed this recipe specifically for our coonies, but because of how nutritious this recipe is, we also give it to our two Berkalistas. That's a Berkshire times Mangalista cross pigs, and we also give this to them as well. They're going to the slaughter in June. So we want them to be nice and fat, but we also want their meat to be very full of nutrition as well. So we give them the exact same feed blend that we give our coonies. I'll go through and show you all of the ingredients now, and then once I get some stuff mixed up, I'll talk you through the ratios. So this is going to be enough to make a 1,000-pound batch. When we make hog feed, we make 1,000 pounds at a time. Just like in the chicken feed video, we start with that base that we get from the farmer, the protein pellets, the cracked corn, the soybean meal, and the soybean gluten hulls. That's what that is. We also use the 18% hog grower feed from a local feed mill. That's their proprietary blend. They have some ground corn. They have some swine premix supplement. They also have some bean meal and some other kind of meal. I'm not really sure what the name of the meal is. It's their proprietary blend. They don't really tell you every little ingredient in it, but everything in this is non-GMO. So this is for the coonies, y'all, right? So we give them dehydrated alfalfa meal in their feed. Put a little bit of sweet feed in there just because they like the flavor. It helps them be hungry and want to eat. Went ahead and took the liberty and ground that custom farmers blend that we buy to save time this go around for y'all. Canadian peas. These are very good and high protein, easily digestible for them. Flaxseed. Flaxseed's good for their coat as well as their meat. Lots of black oil sunflower seeds. Now this helps the pig's skin stay nourished and stay oiled up so it doesn't get dry and itchy. And it's also very good for them because it's high in fat. Now we do use the Thorvine kelp in here. Now we only use 1 pound of that to a 1,000-pound batch. The reason for that is obviously kelp is dry seaweed. Seaweed is salty. Pigs can get salt toxicity, so be careful with how much of that you use. This is just a supplement and another way for them to absorb minerals. Last but not least, we use some of this Kent Feed Swine premix. This is the nextgen swine premix. That's minerals for them. We like to add some minerals to the feed because the custom feed we get from the farmer doesn't have the minerals, and that's part of our ratio. So to balance that out, we add our own minerals. We get a 50-pound bag, and that'll make 5 batches for us. As y'all can see, the chickens enjoy when we mix feed. They come through and they get everything that falls off. There's a lot of feed that comes out around that grinder, and we don't worry about that either because the chickens will eat that, and so will the pigs when they're back in the pen. We've got them kicked out right now so that we can mix their feed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and rock out on getting this batch mixed up real quick so I can show you what it looks like once it's mixed up. And then after that, I'll go through the recipe with you completely and share all the ratios that we use to make our 1,000-pound batches. So this is what the finished product looks like, y'all. All kinds of goodies in it for the pigs. And one thing we do with our feed is we soak it down with water before we give it to them. As far as our coonies go, most of them are young adults, adolescents at this point. So we give them 3 pounds of feed a day, and that's the dry matter before we soak it. We do not calculate the water weight in. We just soak it to make it less dusty for them so it doesn't get all up in their nose and also to make it more digestible and help them get their water intake that they need. It's good feed though. All right, y'all, these barrels hold about 320 pounds each. I fill them up to about the 300-pound mark. So I've got more batches to make, but there's no point in you guys watching me make more batches of feed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go over the recipe and the ratios for you real quickly. This is for a 1,000-pound batch, all right? 400 pounds of the 18% hog feed from the local feed mill. 350 pounds of the custom farm blend that we get. And again, that custom farm blend is protein pellets, cracked corn, soybean meal, and the soybean hulls. 20 pounds of Canadian peas to 1,000 pounds. 20 pounds of flaxseed to 1,000 pounds. 10 pounds of swine premix. That's that Kent nextgen swine premix minerals. That goes to 1,000 pounds also. We do 100 pounds of sweet feed to the 1,000 pounds. 1 pound of the kelp. Like I said, the kelp is good for boosting their immune system and giving them the minerals that they need, but it also has a little bit of salt in it. So to prevent pigs from getting salt toxicity, we only do 1 pound to 1,000 pound ratio. 50 pounds of the alfalfa meal, and 49 pounds of the black oil sunflower seeds. Now, clearly we could just simply buy 18% hog grower and the pigs would live, and the meat pigs would probably reach butcher weight, no problem. But the meat wouldn't be as nutritious, the pigs wouldn't be as healthy. And so we spend a little bit more, but our product at the end is worth it to us, at least. Again, we raise the coonies for meat, and some people buy them for pets. We're not really a pet owner. We have breeding stock, and those are all registered. That way we know that they're, you know, purebred coonies, because the cooney heritage meat is phenomenal. And prior to raising the coonies, we raised Mangalistas, and the meat is comparable. It is almost like identical, y'all. It's very deep red, very heavily marbled. So for us, it's very important that we're giving the feed to these animals that's going to make their meat as nutritious as possible for us when it comes time to butcher them. Again, you get back out what you put in. So we're fueling our animals well, and in return, we're fueling our bodies well with the products we get from our animals. We hope that this recipe was helpful to you. We found that this recipe allows our animals to not only thrive, but to excel and to be superior, top-notch animals. And so we are very confident with this recipe. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. If you like what we're doing, share this recipe with your buddies, share the video, and like and subscribe. As always, y'all, till next time, keep dreaming.